by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just another video of Batman Arkham Knight. It's the latest game from Rocksteady, which is made this is the third in the franchise, which is good because Warner Brothers Montreal made Batman Origins, and it was good. I mean, there was a lot of things in the game I liked. How you could recreate the crime scenes, and you could you had like a massive city to go around. But this is the original people making the third installment, so this is really good, this game. The graphics, as you can see, are amazing. His cape looks class, the way the rain is and the droplets of water, and just everything about the graphics are really good. As it goes in for gameplay, it's basically the same as all the other Rocksteady games. The fighting engine's exactly the same. You know, triangles to counter, and you know, you've still got all the same buttons, but as you can see on the video here, they've now incorporated the Batmobile, which is good. I like the idea of having the Batmobile on the game, because me and my friend have always said, why can't they have a free roaming sandbox game with Batman where you can get in the Batmobile and drive around? That's what everybody wants, and now they've actually made it. You know, it's for the supply and demand. Everybody wants it, but I don't like the way it looks, the design of it. It's too much like the Tumbler, and the fact it can strafe left and right, it just pisses you off. You know what I mean? Like, that's the Batmobile, rigid in pursuit mode, where you can, you know, it's like a car. Whereas when it turns into battle mode, you can strafe left and right. The wheels turn any direction they want. It's not the Batmobile to me. It's not the Michael Keaton style rigid supercar. You know what I mean? That's what it was. It was an armoured supercar with an afterburner on. He didn't have, well, he had guns, he had a grappling, but he didn't really go ballistic with the weapons on it. But the control, if you look at the control, everything's smashable. Like all the cars, all the fences and all the lampposts, everything's all destructible. So if you take a corner a bit wide, you can smash through like walls and stuff. So that makes it good. But you know, it's not, the control on it's not as good as you would like it to be. I mean, you would hopefully want to be able to control it in a way where if you're good enough, you can go around the corners at high speed without crashing at all, without destroying anything. Because there's a few times it looks a bit glitchy where you're smacking off the wall because you've took it too quickly or whatever, and I don't know, they could have improved on that, I think. But in general, the Batmobile's a good idea. And they've incorporated it a lot more into the gameplay now. It's not just like the Batwing on Arkham City where you'd call it to fast travel and then it'd be a little loading screen of them driving it, and then when it loads in again, you're just dropping out and you're free gliding into the city. This, you actually jump into the Batmobile and you've actually got control of where you go and stuff, so that's really good. It's good how the player's in control. There's a few times I've thought the computer could have let you do it, like the first time you jump in the Batmobile and you come across some enemies, it fires the cannon for you and it shoots the 3 enemies for you, whereas I thought you couldn't let the player do that. I mean, we're capable of doing that, so you could have let us do that. It's just little things like that where they're walking you through it, where I think they should let you discover it for yourself. But they're trying to please a lot of people, and they're trying to do like a blanket game that'll cover everybody's likes and preferences, which is hard to do. You can't keep everybody happy all the time, so I understand that. But just nitpicking, that's the only thing I can do. I can just nitpick about this. You know what I mean? The Batmobile, it's a mint idea. I love how they've done it. It's really good. It's just little things about the Batmobile. It doesn't look like the Batmobile to me, and it's got too many, like, it can strafe. Like, I think this bit I start doing burnouts and stuff because I want to just get used to it. So I've done a few donuts and that, but like I say, the control on it's not as good as it could have been, or it should have been. I mean, look at the suspension, it's going up and down all the time. It should be flat, rigid, like the Michael Keaton one, but it's more of a tank, it's more of a tumbler thing, this. I don't really like the design of it, but I just like how it's in the game anyway. I wish you I mean, look at the radar. The radar is absolutely pointless in those stupid lines, like the driving line. You know, on some games like Gran Turismo, you can have the driving line on. It's cheating. You know what I mean? You should be able to know when to brake and you should be able to know when to turn. And that radar should have been a mini map like Grand Theft Auto. Because how are you going to learn the streets of the city if you can't remember where you've been? That radar is just absolutely pointless. It doesn't give you any information whatsoever. In the driving line on the floor, that's crap. It's like a built-in sat nav. There, look at the radar. All there is a helicopter or something, and you can't see the roads. You should be able to see the roads so you can take an early turn if you want to, or you can make a shortcut if you want to, because you can see where they're heading to. It's just, I don't think they've designed that very well. It's pointless even having that radar. If you're going to have the driving lines on the floor, it pisses us off that because it's too easy and it's like dumbed down so people can play it. But you know, if you can't even like take a left corner without needing guidance, then you fucking shouldn't be playing the computer anyway. But that's just my rant over it. The point is that the Batmobile's good and I love it. There's a few things I would change on it, but overall, they've done a really good job. The fighting, I'm not really too keen on the fighting sound effects. I love the way the fighting happens, and they've kept the same game engine. They've kept everything the same, but it's the sound effects on getting punched. Like when you connect with people, it's like it's like gunshots. It sounds shit. It's too loud. It's far too loud. And I was a bit rusty on the fighting here because I hadn't played it for a few months. Any Batman games since I switched to the new gen. So I'm a bit rusty here. So I end up getting me health taken down and I have my combo broken a few times. But it's like Batman fighting is like riding a bike. Once you start fighting again, you get into it and it all comes flooding back. It's such an easy, fluent fighting system. It's perfection, so you know I can't really complain about that. The only thing I don't like is the sound effects on the connections when you punch people. It's too loud. There should have just been like a dull thud, like a real punch instead of like, when you punch it. It sounds shit. But apart from that, it's class, and they've incorporated a couple of new things as well. How you can like make when you use your line launcher, you can make a tightrope. Well, now while you're gliding, you can make a tightrope, or while you're grapple boosting up a building, you can make like tightropes. So that's good because there's always been times where you've been playing a game and you're like, oh, I wish I could just tightrope now, or I wish I could just do that, and you can't. So now they've changed it, so you've got a lot more freedom with your gadgets. Like here, I'm pressed square and I fired me explosive gel. That's a new thing. You couldn't do that on the other one, so I'm glad they've done that because there's been loads of times where you've wanted to fire your explosive gel instead of actually having to walk up to the wall and place it on. So that's obviously good. And I love the amount of villains they've got in it. Scarecrow, Penguin, Two-Face. You've got the Arkham Knight, which is a brand new character. I think the Arkham Knight is actually it's not Damian Wayne, Bruce's son. It's the first Robin. I think it might be Jason Todd. That's who the Arkham Knight is. That's just my prediction then. It's either that or Damian. It's going to be somebody who you think, oh, no way it's him. It's not going to just be an anonymous guy who no one's ever heard of who's calling himself the Arkham Knight. It's obviously somebody who Batman knows, and there'll be a big reveal at the end of the game. So I'm looking forward to that because I've got me suspicions, but you can never be too sure. I don't know if Bane's on it, but I know there's a lot of characters to fight against. I mean, Poison Ivy, she was here, but she wasn't really a boss. She was just, a part of the storyline. So I hope you see more of her, because it's going to be annoying if you don't. Because she's got a great character in like the plants and the vines, and you know what I mean. It's always good to have that incorporated, like they did with Arkham Asylum. So I like the bad guys they've got on there, but overall I think the game's really good. It's absolutely massive, with the PS4 exclusives like the Scarecrow maps. there's only 3 Scarecrow challenges so far. I mean, they're the only. I've downloaded it and there's only 3, so I was a bit disappointed there because you'd think you'd get more, but 3. There might be more once you've done them. They might unlock more. I don't know. And also, there's the Harley Quinn storyline, which I'm dying to play, because you can actually be Harley Quinn walking around the streets, for, having fights and stuff with her gadgets and skills. So that'll be really good because she's never been on one of the games before. She's been as a boss where you've got to fight her. Last on the Robin pack last time, that's who it was. You were fighting Harley Quinn. So now you can actually be her. So that's really good. What else? There's lots to it. I mean, if you've never actually played a Batman game before in the past, then you should definitely invest in this. But if you have, and you're a massive fan of Batman, and you've followed the series all along, then definitely get it. I won't need to convince you to get it, because, you know what I mean, you will have probably already got it by now. But it's one of those games where it'll take hours for you to do if you're going to do it fully and collect everything, and it'll take hours and hours. Plus it's got a really good theme. It's Batman. It's the last in the series, so they know they're going to have it really good, and you get to use the Batmobile, and you know, what else do you need to say? It's just class, and everything about it's class. But there is a few things which I would nitpick and say they could have changed or made better. But that's just because I've noticed these kind of changes that I don't think the average gamer won't. They'll just pick up and play. They'll not be too bothered about what happened in other games and the differences. Look at the wheels, man. Why is it going sideways? That's not the Batmobile. You know what I mean? That's what spoils it for me. It's got to get massive guns and that. What's going on, man? It's shit. They've totally spoiled the Batmobile, the way it looks. It's good how it's got this kind of there, see, the computer shot them 3 for you. I could have shot them. You don't have to do it for us. Just little things like that. Just nitpicking, because overall it is a really, really, really good game. So there's nothing really you can complain about it. And obviously here you can use, like, because there's Batman in that shop there, and I'm remote controlling this, so Batman's in there. And what I didn't realise is if you get too far away, you lose connection. You know, like, you lose the connectivity. So it tells us there, look, it's saying you're getting too far away. I was like, oh shit. So I mean, I get killed here because I've took loads of damage. Look at my health at the top left. I'm just about to die, and I've only just got used to what to do. So you've got to just avoid the red lasers, because that's when the missiles are actually firing. So if you're quick enough, you've got time to move out the way even after they've fired it. But I just don't like the way the Batmobile strafes left and right. It's just bullshit, man. It's not the proper Batmobile. I get blown up here because I've hardly got any health left, and it's but it's a class game. If you like Batman, you've already got it. If you don't, still go out and buy it. You'll probably enjoy it. So that's it. So till next time, see you later.